Hey y'all, Jessica at Pretty Prints and Paper. Today I'm talking about one of my collections that I love and think is really useful. And it's my project planning spread. It's kind of a time chart and I'll show you what I use it for and hopefully you can find a way to use it too. I start off with this basic outline and I count off by a year. So for this particular spread, I'm talking about work. You can talk about your family life, you can break it down to even shorter amounts of time, whatever time span works for you or makes sense for you. Maybe you're working on one project and you're looking at just your home or whatever, but I'm using this as a way to look at my whole year in my job. So I break it down and I found that it works well if I do 3 boxes per month. And then I just go out and count out for the whole year. And I have these columns on the side because on one side they're going to be the names of the different categories that I work on, and on the right hand side I'm going to leave open for collection page numbers so that I can go to the page that corresponds to it. So if I know that I have some notes about advising, then I can write down the page number and go to it, all the related project pages. So I first set the outline, and then I brain dump all of the different categories of work that I have. And I kind of did that on the left-hand side just to make sure that I got everything out onto paper. And then I can sort of rearrange or organize, categorize things in the way that I want to on my final draft. Because remember, you can do drafts in your bullet journal. You don't have to do it all pretty at once if you don't want to. Or just do the first draft through and that's your only draft. There's no wrong way to do it. All are valid as long as it's you. And I leave a gap because there's things that I do every year, all year. And those are these things up top. And then there's one-off committees or projects or things that I'm in charge with just for maybe a short term or it's a one-off. So I put that down here. So things like hiring different student workers, that only happens every so often. And so that's underneath on the bottom. So once I have that list, then I put it all together. And honestly, you don't have to draw out the outline first. You can just brainstorm and then do the outline once. But here is mine for my job. And for this, I'm using a bunch of these Tombow TwinTone markers, pens, that has one end a super, super fine tip, and the other end a more broad bullet tip. And so many different colors. There's 2 different packs. One's with pastel and one's bright. You can bet that I love the brights. So first I would kind of write the category on the left and use the corresponding color to start shading in when it is I'm working on that particular project. So for curriculum, I'm working on it all summer long with the heaviest parts happening right here around right before our all instructor training. I want to get everything done by then, and so it's a mad dash right here until then. And so each of those boxes is kind of like a beginning, middle, and end of the month. That's how I'm breaking it down for the 3 boxes per month. And then I keep going down, and I of course love that rainbow gradient, so you can do this with 2 colors too if you want. So I'm going down and you can see that it starts to spread out over the year. And here it is. When people ask me like, oh, so you get the summers off, right? Because you work at a university, I kind of have to laugh because summer is actually my busiest time. And you can see that with all of the stacking blocks here. Like, wow, there's a lot going on here. And then, you know, things that are spread out over time. Because even though I'm working on all of these things, it's not all at once, all the time. So it helps to break that down to see where I'm spending my time, what my capacity is, because if someone wants me to work on a project and it's going to be during July, no way, no thank you. But if it's maybe during November, it's a little bit less full. So it helps me kind of see where the heavy and light times are in my job. And then being able to honestly say no, because I already know what's on my plate. So even if I don't refer to this all the time, the process of creating this helps me get a bird's eye view of my job. And so maybe it'll help you get a bird's eye view of things like your assignments. If you have big assignments for your classes for the semester, you can see when your busiest time of the semester is, so you can plan trips home or things like that. Or you can plan phases of your home improvement projects to know, like, okay, so this has to happen beforehand and then it can go into this and this and this. Or you can look at your family calendar, like when are people going to be gone? We do this for our summer vacation times in the office, and so we know when people are in and out of the office. You can see really quickly when everybody is going to be in because everybody's name is on the left, time is across the top. So it's a cool visual way to see some things. So I'd be interested in seeing how you'd use this below. Leave your ideas in the comments because we can all benefit from your ideas as well as mine. So leave your comments below. If you like this video, go ahead and share it. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, whatever. I just hope that you enjoy it. Thanks. I'll see you in my next video.